idea de seguir a empatar está penada con la derrota. El Utrecht camina con soltura en la liga holandesa, pero no sabe nada de aquella escuela ofensiva fundada por Johan Cruyff. Sus jugadores hicieron pirola cuando en la academia pasaron los vídeos del flaco para entender que el fútbol es un juego y que la mejor defensa es un buen ataque. El Utrecht hizo oídos sordos a las enseñanzas y desplegó la táctica del miedo, es decir, abigarró a una cuadrilla de fortachones en torno a su guardameta, con el único objetivo de achicar agua y esperar que el goteo de minutos les diese como premio el empate. Sabio pudo romper la igualada con este magnífico lanzamiento de falta. Su bota de terciopelo estrelló el esférico en el travesaño.
La vi dentro, pero por muy poco no conseguí meter. Pero bueno, en la primera parte hemos creado muchas ocasiones y la falta fue una y infelizmente no conseguimos meter.
El Zaragoza arrinconó a los holandeses, que tuvieron la única ocasión al filo del descanso. A pesar de la inactividad, Luis García respondió con acierto enviando el esférico a córner. La segunda parte resultó un monólogo zaragocista. El bosque de pierna rojiblanco no pudo contener la avalancha de juego de los aragoneses, pero el marcador se resistía a brindarle una sonrisa. El colegiado alemán Peter Sippel tampoco colaboró en nada al pasar por alto este derribo a Villa. El trencilla se comió el penalti y comenzaron las prisas.
Yo creo que ha sido un penalti clarísimo, no sé, se verá luego en la tele, lo que rever en la tele, pero bueno, gracias a Dios no nos ha servido y ha servido para conseguir estos 3 puntos que nos dan muchas alas.
El tiempo pasaba, el dominio era abrumador, pero el premio del gol no llegaba hasta que Sabio se inventó esta pincelada. El brasileño hizo la composición y Villa tan solo tuvo que estampar su firma. Era el minuto 32. El público recuperó la respiración al ver libre el camino hacia el triunfo. 5 minutos más tarde, Villa redondeó la faena al aprovechar un servicio excelente de Cani. El canterano, con las estrellas de capitán, demostró que su puesto está lejos de la banda. Sirvió este envío a Javi Moreno, pero esta vez la cresta no le dio suerte y el balón se perdió lejos.
Cup winners from Spain and Holland met in Zaragoza. Utrecht have a feared reputation for a very physical approach and love nothing more than to dent ego, just as they did, of course, beating Ajax in this season's Super Cup, coming from 2-0 down. Remember that game to win 3-2. The last time that Zaragoza actually beat a Dutch team in Europe, they beat Feyenoord, despite Larsen incidentally scoring goals on that night before lifting the Cup Winners' Cup with a goal which spawned the terrace chance. Remember that? Naeem from the halfway line. They beat Arsenal, remember. This was a very, very close game. Too difficult to call inside the first half. It wasn't an adventurous formation, this, from Fonke Boy's team. Only Van der Haar was missing from the normal first choice lineup. Stefan Tanguy pushed a little further forward. That was Galletti with the strike for Zaragoza. Well, their record in this competition does bear up to some scrutiny in the early years, of course. Finalists 1964, they beat Valencia. And then 2 years later, they were back again. This, of course, was in the days when it used to be known as the Intercities Fairs Cup. And they lost against Barcelona. But since then, it's been all pretty disappointing because they've never been past the third round of the competition. Here, Savio was about to step up from the free kick and bend it under the bar. And very unlucky he was indeed that that didn't open the scoring on the night. Feyenoord have been the team of the season so far in Holland. Utrecht aren't too far behind them, and it's not only about that performance they gave against Ajax. They've been ruffling it up. And look, the most likely of the teams in that second group of sides in Holland that are likely to break through the triple domination held by Feyenoord, PSV and Ajax. Again, it was all pressure coming from the middle of the field. Again, a shot from Galletti. They were doing well in some respects, Utrecht, in actually keeping the attempts at goal from, or at least two, 25 and 30 metres out. Desperate last-ditch defending there from Algi Schut. As a team going forward, they pose a few problems. Dave Vandenberg, recently put into the Dutch national team, the provider with that ball there. The save in the end made look somewhat more spectacular than it should have been. Luis Van der Haar and Braafheid forward as well. Utrecht have only been past the second round twice in their entire history. It looked as if that was going to be the opening goal, but again, Schutt's presence. I don't know what they were quite looking for here, whether they thought there might have been the chance of a penalty, but David Villa, who's two behind Diego Forlan, who's been signed, of course, this season. They were without Forlan tonight, due to the fact that he was cup-tied. Now, this surely was the opening. And there was the goal. Villa it was with the opening goal. 12 minutes from time. The injury to the keeper meant we had a late change. Tyrrell going off. There were still chances for Utrecht, but again, their biggest problem was actually maintaining possession. They were overrun in the middle of the field. De Jong caught in possession of the ball originally, and it was the same man with the second goal, David Villa. 84 minutes. As we said, they'd only been past the second round twice since losing to Sporting Lisbon in the European Cup back in 1959. And they lost to Auxerre last season and Parma the season before Utrecht. And it all started out well enough, but in the end, there was a rather inevitable feel to this result. It ended Zaragoza 2, Utrecht 0.